Everyone, welcome to Barca News. It is January 23rd, 2026, and it's official. Barcelona have finalized the signing of the Egyptian gem. Also, Barcelona closing on two more signings. I'm going to tell you who they are. And finally, Barcelona have extended the contract of one of the most promising players currently in La Masia. We have a lot to discuss, so let's begin. Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Boo. I'm currently, as you can see, away from home. Currently actually in the land of Lionel Messi and Diego Maradona. I'm currently in Argentina here on work, but don't worry because I'm going to be doing the short live stream every single day to bring you all Barcelona news because I might not be home, but Barca news does not stop. So anyways, I did go live a few moments ago. If you didn't see that video, make sure to check it out. Pretty interesting news in there, but I got more interesting news for you in this video. Is starting with that it's official. Ladies and gentlemen, Barcelona have signed the Egyptian gem Hamza Abdelkarim. This is, of course, someone we've been talking about for quite some time. 18 years old, center forward, is considered the most promising player to come out of Egypt. He is currently an Al Ahly player, but nonetheless, he will now be coming to Barcelona on loan until the end of the season, where he will play with Barca Athletic. And of course, Barcelona do have an option in his contract to sign him in the summer transfer market if all goes well. Now, this is a signing we've been talking about for quite some time because, of course, there was a lot of delays. Barcelona first reached an agreement with the player. He agreed to come to Barcelona. The next step was to negotiate with Al Ahly. That took some weeks because Al Ahly did not make it easy whatsoever. They rejected Barcelona's first offer. There was a lot of back and forth. There was a second offer. Finally, they did accept it. But then there was another delay because Al Ahly first wanted to renew the contract of Hamza Abdelkarim before agreeing with Barcelona for the player leaving. So then there was negotiations between the player and his current club, Al Ahly, to extend his contract. He agreed to extend it by one more season in case Barcelona don't sign him in the summer. Then there was the immigration paperwork delay where Barcelona had to, process the visa and a work permit. But now everything is done. All the paperwork is done. All the agreements are done. It's official. Hamza Abdelkarim has joined Barcelona until the end of the season on a free loan with an option to buy worth 3 million euros fixed plus 5 million euros in variables that Barcelona can activate if the player continues to impress, because he's been impressing in his home country of Egypt. Now, on to the next bit of news, because this is not the only signing that looks like Barcelona will be making during this summer transfer market. The other signing is a player that I told you about several weeks ago. But people were like, Mo, Barcelona just tracks players. They didn't do anything about it. Well, guess what? They did something about Hamza Abdelkarim, and now they're doing something about this other player because Barcelona are closing in on the signing of AJ Tavaris. Again, someone we talked about in previous videos. He's a 16-year-old English attacker who also holds a European passport, so that's very important, which means he will not occupy one of those foreigner spots that teams have. He is a right-footed left winger, someone that likes to attack the space, someone who's also very physical, so kind of like a Marcus Rashford type of profile. He can also play as a center forward, so again, very similar to a Marcus Rashford profile. Now, I'm not saying he's Marcus Rashford or that he's saying the similar profile. Please, that's a very important distinguished difference. Whenever I say that same profile as this player, we're like, oh, you're comparing them. No. I'm saying the same profile. That's two different things than comparing them to the player. But anyways, AJ Tavaris currently plays for Norwich under 18 team. He's also an international with England. I think under 18 as well. He's someone that's very, very promising. There was a lot of European clubs after him, but it looks like he has prioritized joining Barcelona. And as such, he's given the green light to join Barcelona. So right now, Barcelona are finalizing the contract with Norwich. The player already wants to come. So now Barcelona are finalizing the agreement with Norwich. So AJ Tavaris will be Barcelona's next signing during this winter transfer market. Of course, he's expected to join Barca Athletic because he's only 16 years old, so he can continue growing, developing, and who knows, maybe one day we will see him in the first team. But that's not all. That's not all. There's more signings, more signings. The next player that Barcelona are closing in on is no other than, and I'm going to butcher this name, but it's Juwensly Onstein. Juwensly Onstein. Maybe it's Juwensly because he is Dutch, but Juwensly Onstein, 18-year-old Dutch center back, currently plays for Jong Genk. He spent 4 years in the youth academy of Ajax. Then he joined Jong Genk in 2023 on a free transfer. He's also an international with Netherlands under 18 team, and AC Milan were very close to signing him, but then Barcelona came in, swooped in, and they are set to sign Juwensly Onstein for Barca Athletic in order to replace two outgoing players. The first one is, of course, Mamadou Mbake, Barca Athletic center back, who will be joining the MLS, the St. Louis City team. And then there's Andres Cuenca, who today they confirmed that he will be joining Como. News that I told you about in a previous video. So Barca Athletic are set to lose Cuenca and Mamadou Mbake. So therefore, they're going to be signing Juwensly Onstein in order to reinforce Barca Athletic's defense. Now, more news, more news. This is all great news, by the way. I love doing videos where it's all great news, but more great news because Barcelona have reached an agreement to extend the contract of one of the most, if not the most promising player in the entire academy. And it's no other than, of course, Ebrima Tunkara, the 15-year-old attacker currently playing for the Juvenil A, way ahead of his age. Again, Juvenil A is the under 19 team. This guy is 15 years old, and he's already playing with 19-year-olds and playing against 19-year-olds. He's even expected to be called up for the Copa Catalunya for Barca Athletic, which usually is like 20-year-olds are playing there. So Ebrima Tunkara, he's a midfielder by trade, but now they've been playing him as a winger. He's a dribbler. He has an exquisite left foot, and he has been dubbed the new Lamine Yamal because he has a very, very similar profile to Lamine Yamal. And now Ebrima Tunkara, the most promising player in La Masia, has agreed to extend his contract with Barcelona, and they will go into effect once he turns 16. Remember, when you're 16 years old, you can sign your first professional contract, and it cannot be any longer than 3 years. He's 15. He's going to turn 16 on March 10th. So in a month and a half, agreement is set. Everything's negotiated, agreed, everything's signed, and that agreement will go into effect on March 10th when Ebrima Tunkara turns 16 years old. It will be his first professional contract with FC Barcelona, exactly what Barcelona did with Lamine Yamal. When Lamine Yamal was 15 years old, he signed his first professional contract, and it automatically went into effect when Lamine turned 16. And then, of course, when he turned 18, Barcelona gave him his first long contract because even though you can sign your first professional contract at 16, it cannot be long. 3 years is the maximum. But this is great, great news because Barcelona have secured the future of the most promising player currently in La Masia. And that, of course, is something to celebrate because who knows, maybe one day we'll see Ebrima Tunkara on the left, Lamine Yamal on the right, and whoever we sign for the center forward, and we might have the trident of the future. Anyways, that is all for this video. I will go live again for the third time today, so stay tuned to the channel. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment, and as always, Bis Barça.